Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now I'm just about to start this beautiful page. Now if you've not seen that video I will link it here somewhere, and I did a full digital flip through of the books that contain this image. But there's the Etsy, just in case you didn't want to watch that video and you just wanted to know the name. That's the name anyway. But I want to use pan pastel in the background, and then I thought if I use pan pastel, all these little details, it's going to take me forever to erase them, and then I might go over too much of the pan pastel and erase it, and then I'll be left with weird lines everywhere. So I've just got this masking tape. I've not tried it yet. I've just literally took the first, it comes like that, so I've just took that off, and I've bought this on recommendation from Kirsty, from Kirsty Colouring Sketch. She recommended this because she knows I always have a hassle with masking tapes and washi tapes when it comes to borders and whatnot, and I noticed it's literally just come, and I've noticed it's quite see-through. So my plan is to go over, like let's say that butterfly, and use my craft knife and go around the areas. It's going to take me a while. It's going to take me a while, so I'm going to put a movie on in front of me and just listen to that, and I'll time lapse it for you. But I think that's probably the most sensible way of me doing it. If this was watercolour paper, I'd probably just use masking fluid, but I'm quite interested to see what this is like. And I've got it to hand. Yes, I've got some little tweezers here as well that I'll be able to use to peel the tape off. Now this was off Amazon. It cost me about a tenner, which that's expensive for tape. So I'm hoping that this, number one, does the job, and number two, lasted me a while. I'm hoping. So this will be a minute for you. I will fast forward it pretty quick because I imagine it's going to be boring footage for you to watch, but I will include it. But then I'll come back when I get to the actual pan pastel, and while I'm doing this I'm going to think about colour schemes, because I've no idea. I've no idea at the minute.
You're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to grey as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay, just let me be.
So you would have seen me really struggle there to just get the get this off, and I just noticed that it even looks like it's fraying. See there? So I wouldn't get the desired look, unfortunately, by doing this, so I've just wasted a load of tape. It's not the end of the world. Luckily I did break some of it. I'm curious to see actually how easy it is to remove, and it's not doing too bad, and I'm not like just taking my time. So far so good. So I think either I can't use pan pastels, because if I do then I'm going to have to be erasing loads, and I can't really be bothered doing that because there is a lot of details, or I just might not do a background on this one. I'm not sure. I'll have a little think while I'm chatting away, but this is actually, it's a good test for this tape. I do really feel like it's whoops, camera nearly went flying then in the air. I do think that this is a good test for it. I could always put tape and make a border, because this Strathmore tone tan paper is absolutely awful for watercolour, which I like using for my backgrounds. I did actually purchase, because it was recommended to me, the mixed media version of this paper, but unfortunately it does not fit through my printer, so I'll just have to use that for my own original art, or eventually when I get a better printer I'll be able to use it for colouring pages. I was gutted. I was gutted. I was really excited for it to come. And then when it arrived, it got stuck in the printer and I had to turn the printer upside down and it practically nearly broke it. I managed to fix it again. Yeah, but it's not ideal. But I'm quite impressed with that that tape, to be honest. I'll stop recording here because I'll just think of other things that I can do that I did use. I'll just show you very quickly. I finished this page recently and I used gelatos and the smallest bit of water and it still didn't react very good. You can see the warping and stuff. But how beautiful is she? I wish I didn't do a background now. I wish I didn't do a background. So what I'm thinking is now, because my thoughts with this was I wish I didn't do a background, just like I said. So maybe if I just coloured this image in, like I said I was going to do, and maybe use pan pastels for the moon, or maybe not use pan pastels at all. For some reason I have pan pastels in my mind. Maybe not use that at all, and instead of doing the whole of the background, maybe just use a little bit of coloured pencil, you know, like do a couple of colours and then blur it into nothing in the background, opposed to me doing this, because I'm really, really upset with myself and annoyed that I did this. I thought it'd be a good idea. I always say that this paper is terrible for water, and then yet I do a beautiful image like this and I wreck it with the background. I was really angry with myself. I still am, because I love this page. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll start off. I've got the light fast pencils and I'm absolutely loving them. I got them on a really, really good deal. I think it was £120 for the 72 set. Got them on a really good deal. So I think I might do the hair actually. I might do the hair, but I still like my Polychromos for the hair. And I might go with like a pinky purple hair. I think that's what I'll do. So these are the colours that I've picked out for the hair. I'm doing it, I'll do like one purple, purple, pink, 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 purple. You'll know what I mean as I go through it. So there's my pink selection and here's my purple selection. I'll start off with the pink. And these are the Polychromos. Pink Madder Lake, then middle purple pink, and then magenta for this selection of colours. Now it's not too much hair in this one because there's a big flower covering up a lot of it there, and then we've just got this piece, these pieces as well down here. So it shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't take too long. And I'll probably just do it in parts this video, I think. So where do we want pink first? I'll do this strip in pink actually. So we'll do a light layer of this all over. Gosh, it's getting windy out there now. A light layer of pink all over. Just like that. You might be able to hear my doors rattling. It is very, very, very windy outside. And then the middle shade was the middle purple pink. I wonder what colour flowers are going to go with this hair now. I did initially think yellow. Now I'm dating myself. That should be enough. And the very darkest was magenta. It was. I think what I want to do as well is pull out my Chinese white for the highlight. And I picked up these new gel pens recently, and I've not used them on a page, but I've tested them. And I want to try and incorporate these, the souffle, Sakura jelly rolls. One in this really lovely baby pink and then like a lavender colour. I wasn't sure about them because I've never used them before, so I just got the 2 colours to test out. So I do want to incorporate them somewhere in this image. I could possibly do it in the hair with them being pink and purple. Back in with that middle shade. And then the very lightest was Pink Madder Lake. I'm doing backwards and forwards strokes, turning my pencil to keep it as sharp as possible without breaking it. And then just for a little highlight, I like this Chinese white. I love the Derwent drawing it is. It's very, very, very nice. Just a few lines here and there, just to give the impression of a little highlight. Really, really easy. So I'll do a purple piece next. So my purple combination is purple violet, and then blue violet, and then mauve, and then I'll use a little bit of that white as well. So the exact same way I will do, because that looks like it's a big, like it's a big plait maybe. So if I do this piece hanging down, that's what I really like, layer of this. The only thing is with the Polychromos, there isn't a really light purple. So you've just got to have a really light hand. Like in the Prismacolor you have some really beautiful light purples. Unfortunately Polychromos don't. You get your pros and cons in each set, I guess. Funnily enough, my husband said last night he was stood over watching me. What was I colouring? I think it was a Kirby page. Well, anyway, it's not about what I was colouring. He said, "You really need all these different pencil cases?" I said, "I do actually, because I need to keep them in cases to look after them." "Why do you need that many different pencils, Deborah?" "Because they all do a different job and they're all different budget." Alright, okay. I weren't lying. They all do a different job. Even though they all colour differently, and I use them all for different things. Oh, I'm going to take the line a little bit there. Loud car. So that should be enough, and I'll go in with the blue violet. I don't know, this is like my swatching bit at the back. I'm just seeing which is the darker. Yeah, so I was right. I was right in what I was thinking. So the blue violet. Get right in where that root is. I'll probably use my light fast pencils in the next part. This part now. I'm using quite a heavy pressure, especially at this bottom bit that I know that it's going to be at the very darkest, and plus because it's so tiny for me to colour in, I don't want to have to go over it again and again and again and risk me going out of the lines. So if I just use a heavy pressure, just have to do it once or twice. But I will be going over with that darker shade as well in a minute. So same thing as the pink, I want to leave around about that much. Let's pull this up a little bit more. So I'm leaving that gap in the middle. And then with the mauve colour, my dog's snoring. With your darkest shade, you don't want to go past that line. If anything, you don't really want to go anywhere near it. Whoa. I'm filming. Daft dog. I can go over all these bits. I don't have to be, you know, not too perfect here because I've already put that quite heavy layer down of the last pencil. Just sort of go over this just to make it a little bit darker. That should be enough. And then back in with the lightest one, which technically isn't really light, the purple violet. Just a light layer of this. That's the problem with it, because that pink is so light. Look at the lovely highlight on that. I will add a little bit of the Chinese white as well, but I might have to add a little bit more than I wanted to, you know, to lighten it up. You see? Yeah, so I'm going to have to add a little bit more, unfortunately. You know what, I keep doing that and I should be using my little fan brush because I know what I'm like and it'll end up smudging. I do prefer the pink, but I think that's just because I've not got a light pencil, a light purple pencil. So what I'll do, because I don't want to do all of this in real time because it's her, it might get boring for you. I'll do a couple of slices down here and then do the rest in a little time lapse for you, because once I've done that, you know, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. I'll do another purple one again. Let me see, where do I want this? So if I start, I could do this whole section here, and then this is a separate section. I think that's what I'll do. So what colour was this? Purple violet. So this needs to go all over, Deborah. So light layer all over. Next time I want to do a purple hair, I'm going to pick a purple out of a different set. You know, the lightest shade. So is that meant to be part of the hair? Can you see that tiny little gap? I think that's meant to be part of the hair. So I'll go in with my middle purple, blue violet. Now I don't want a straight line down, I want it to be different. Note the highlight is not perfectly centre, you'll see what I mean. I have to turn my page a little bit. And then in with the darkest one. Was it too warm for you, Rolly? What's it saying it is now? 20 degrees. And then the very darkest shade, which was, it weren't blue violet, I just picked that one back up. Have I been putting that one down mauve? No, I don't think I was. And the very lightest one was purple violet. Just another white layer over this. So irritating that's not light enough. And then with that Chinese white, there's definitely going to be more pink in this hair than purple. And that will do. So what other pink piece shall we do? I'll do this pink piece here. Yeah, I'll do that pink piece there. So we have Pink Madder Lake. You just want your thin layer of this. I should have gone on and edited the picture before I did it, you know, to make this bottom bit literally at the bottom. But I didn't think. I could always cut it. I'll use that to frame it maybe. And then middle purple pink. I'll come back and do that bit in a minute. Let's get this bit done first. I'm not going to be able to add it at the bottom there. Same with this bit. This is going to have to be all this colour. And the very darkest is magenta. It gives it a nice effect. And then back up the other side. And then that very lightest pink again. Just notice there's a little bit at the top there that I've missed. So I'll go back and fix that. There we go. And then the Chinese white knife in the Derwent drawing pencils. I'm not going to be able to do really any highlights at the bottom there. But I'll do the rest in a little bit of a time lapse, because I think it's probably took me about 15 minutes just to do them little bits. So if I do it in a time lapse, and then I'll come back at the end.
Tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to grey as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to grey as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away. guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to grey. I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to grey as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain.
So I'll come in and do this very last one in real time, and I think I want this one in pink. Of course. So just a reminder, it is Pink Adultcoloring for the lightest pink. It is a lot later in the day, it took me a lot longer to do this, and I thought all the stopping and starting and then children coming home from school and then doing food. So I'm finally getting back to it about 5 hours later. So just a base layer of that one on, and then we have the middle purple pink. I'm going to have to turn my paper ever so slightly. This is my middle shade. I'm just using the 3 colours, just make it easier. And the one highlights that Chinese white. And bring it down here as well. I think that purple and that pink note looks really nice together. And then our darkest one, was it fuchsia or magenta? Magenta. And let's darken this side up. So this will just be part 1. I'll probably do the butterflies and maybe flowers in the next one, depending what medium that I use, of course. And then over the top again with the Pink Adultcoloring, which is the lightest shade. And then we just add that white at the end, which is a drawing pencil. That just adds a lovely highlight. Pull it out a little bit more. And that is all I heard on. I'm hoping that that's all I heard on and I've not missed a bit, but I don't think I have. See, the sun's shining right on the blind now, but I love how it turned out actually. And I think it just looks, it really pops on the page because of the tan tone paper. So do come back for part 2. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. Please do go ahead and subscribe if you're new, and please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.